thoughts. Is it wrong to feel this way? So confusing, the story of my life. The weather changed when our lines crossed, and I've never been the same. Chapter 1, the story of my life. The story of my life. Don't tell me that I don't wanna hear it, no, no. Don't tell me that I don't wanna hear it, no, no. I can't handle another heartbreak, no, no. I can't handle another heartbreak, oh. Getting lost in all my thoughts. Is it wrong to feel this way? So confusing, the story of my life. The weather changed when our lines crossed, and I've never been the same. Chapter 1, the story of my life. Oh, don't tell me that.
Well, hello, sunshines. Now that we've accomplished that, so this right here, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're doing well. You know, I got to make sure you're doing well. Sorry about that, but I hope you're doing well. I think I've said it like 4 times now. Anyways, this particular planter is a planter that I picked up off the street. Someone put it out, I think like 2 years ago, and I have yet to use it. I have another planter that I actually purchased that's huge that I don't know. I have not used that yet, and I think it's been 2 years on that too. But that gray was throwing me off. So you know where I'm gonna go. Black, black, black. I love black, and I keep me a can of black flat spray paint. And so while that's drying, let's talk about the plant. And so I also had to put some holes in here for drainage, and I want to make sure I put enough holes because sometimes where I find where planters give you, like, tell you where to put the holes, sometimes they need additional holes, so I wanted to do that. So anyway, so let's talk about the plants that we're going to put in a planter. So the other week I went out and I told you all about the mums that were on sale. They had the ones we planted, the red mums, and you also went to the store with me too. But these are the red mums that we got when we went to the store the other day. I'm not sure if they're going to go in a planter, but these are the ones that I purchased before I even purchased those. It was I think the Labor Day sale, and they were 2 for $8. Now the buds were completely closed because we all know when you purchase mums, you want to purchase them with the buds completely closed, like this, so that you can enjoy them when they open, because mums will bloom one time, like these are already bloomed out, and then once these are gone, they're done. And so they're starting to open because they've been sitting here, but they're still okay. And you all know I love sedum. And so I have a lot of sedum, but I have a lot of autumn joy, and then we have that dark sedum. But I finally got my hands on a different type of sedum. I also have the other sedum with the yellow tint on it that I like too. But this right here was on that sale, and this is called, it just says Carl sedum, Carl sedum. That's it. And so what I liked about this and why I grabbed it is because it does have a different pink than the autumn joy. The autumn joy for me, it does flush out like the more like a burgundy color, I feel. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna call it. This has been fleshed out to be such a bright pink. it has new blooms. I also like that it had a different foliage. The foliage just seems different. The structure of the growth is totally different, in my opinion, from the autumn joy. Do you see how full that is? And so, of course, we can split this and do all the things, but I thought it would be fun to put it in a planter, to put these things in a planter. So I'm going to be using, I don't know how many, probably just one mum, because it's not that big of a planter. And then I'm going to use these, and then these are the mums that was going to stick in the ground, but I might use those in a different planter. And then I have some coleus that I want to actually cut and add to the planter as well. I've been propagating coleus by just simply cutting it and sticking it in the soil or like in different pots just to continue to allow it to grow. I find it to be the easiest way, but I'm going to take some and put it in the pot to propagate to go with this planter, but I'm also going to take some to bring inside and put them in water so that they can develop some roots, so I can put them outside in my other planters by the porch. Those planters are still going strong. The vinca is doing great, and the petunias up there are still doing great. And so I don't want to really go around swapping out all my planters. That can get expensive. And in my last video, I mentioned about, can gardening be expensive? Of course it can. Can it be inexpensive? Yes, it just depends on. So when I plant up these pots, I want to use something I already have, which is a coleus, which just continues to grow strong and even get better as the temperatures cool. So I figured I can use those in some of my fall planters. When I looked at my planters, I was like, why am I going to cut these out and get rid of them when they're looking fine? So we're going to keep those, and we're going to add some to this pot. So I think this pot is done drying because spray paint is pretty quick. So let's grab the plants. I'm going to get some soil. I'm going to be using soil that I've just been emptying from different pots, whether the plant died or it was extra soil when I planted something in the ground. So I have some soil in my wheelbarrow. And as I showed you all before, I have some soil under here that I keep under this table here that I'm going to be using. So let me get some soil in, and then we'll get to planting. Okay, so we have our soil and it looks great. Like I said, this is just a mixture of soil, from potted mix to garden bed mix to in-ground soil. Not so much in-ground soil I saw in here, but I did want to take out anything that had too many roots. So for instance, this is very dry, but this is a plant that must have died. And so you see, it's, all those roots, I don't want to use that, but it will decompose. So I just leave it in that bin and allow things to break down. I'll probably add whatever's left at the end of the season into like my garden beds or something to continue to break down. But this right here looks good. So we can plant. Let's see what we're going to do. And I know only one of those mums can fit in here, but I might be able to fit the other mums, and they might be a good contrast. So I'm bringing the three of them over as well. So here's what I'm thinking. This would go in the center, the sedums would go in the back, and these three little plants will go in the front. I think that would look very nice. I also want to say thank you all for bearing with me as I continue to figure out and battle with sound issues and things like that, but it'll get worked out. But I'm going to keep on planting. But I want you all to be able to hear me. Okay, let's get these plants in. This is a pink mom, that's what it's called. And these are the beautiful pink flowers that it will produce. So pretty. I'm not going to rough up the roots too much, but just a little. Ooh, this mom is pretty big. I don't know. Gonna try to squeeze in here what I can. Turn this over. Okay. Let's see if I want these in here. I don't know, guys. I think that's too many mums. I think I'm gonna go with my coleus plan because I almost forgot about that. So let's take these mums out and we'll save those for another basket. Okay. And what I was doing was making sure that each plant has soil all around it. And I'm not filling it all the way to the top because I don't want the water to like overflow when I do water it in. And there is a hole right here, but the coleus should cover that. Let's go to the coleus. So here is where I will take some coleus from. And as I've been emptying out my pots, I've been cutting the coleus and just moving them into different pots, propagating them through soil. For example, we took the oh, not a willow tree. What was that? We took something out of this pot that we put over there in a part shade, part sun garden. So what I did was I just took some cuttings and stuck them in there and look at how they're growing. So it was the Wigelia that was in this pot. Thank you. And we had a Wigelia in here. We took that out and I just stuck coleus in here. And same for this pot. I think something died in this pot. Can't remember. And then I've just stuck them. They were already here. But these are the coleus that we grew from seed. And so I think that I'm going to go with, I think this, because it has pink in it, will complement the mum and the sedum because they both have pink, and then also we'll have that red, and then I think I want a piece of this green as well. Maybe this green. I think this one. Okay, let me cut those and then we'll get those stuck in. And I'm simply I didn't bring my stand, but I'm simply just gonna go in like right here, if you can see, and it won't hurt the coleus. I'm just gonna snip like a piece off, as simple as that. So here are the cuttings that I took, And what I'm going to simply do, and I didn't take too many cuttings because these are going to get big. So I'm going to cut off this bottom leaf from this. And this is where the roots will come. And I also could take off a little more, but I'm going to leave that. And then I think I want this one to grow right here. I'm going to, same process. Oops. Stick this one over here. And I'm making a hole with my my pruner, because what I don't want to happen is to try to stuff the stem in there and then it like breaks. So, and I'm also going to clip off the flower so that it can not think it's done. I have another one. Same process. And I probably don't have to clip these ones off, but just because they're so big and starting fresh, those particular leaves. So I'll stick this one here. And then I'll take this big one. So pretty. This one looks a little different. Make a hole with my pruners. Oops. Stick that down there. And this will get big enough to actually cover that hole. If I was thinking, I would have turned the mum around the other way, but it'll be okay. I have one more piece that I'm actually going to stick in the back of the planter. And that's all I'm going to do with this planter. That should definitely fill in nice, in my opinion. I know where I want this planter. I'm going to move it over there. But I'm going to plant up one more thing. So we're not going to spray paint this black, but this is my harvest basket that the handles broke. And I thought it would be nice to plant this up and put it somewhere. And so because it's a harvest basket, it has all the holes. I know that the soil will come through. So I got this, what is this called? I don't know. I use it for shade cloth. I'm just going to cut this piece off. I'm going to line it with this shade cloth first. Yes, I use my pruners for everything. I don't know where my scissors are. So you know what? We're just going to, I don't think that'll be too thick, because water can still go through this. And these plants are going to be short-lived, so I'm not too worried. Okay, so now that we have that liner in, I'm going to just go ahead and grab some more soil.
Seeing eyes of mine, what do you feel beside?
This is where I'm going to just stick the rest of the mums.
Where we're gonna fly like you did sometimes. Seeing eyes of mine. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try to fix it. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll change it, change it. Seeing eyes of mine, you see, there are no trees inside of me. In this desert, I can look at you with love. Seeing all that I can learn. Can you stay and
grow, grow the hanging gardens of Babylon.
Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll fix it, fix it. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but we'll change it, change it. I would like to tell you mine and my streams. I would like to go with you into the stream. Please don't deny your love makes me feel alive. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll fix it, fix it. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try and to change it.
So here's a closer view of our two planters. I think this looks so pretty. I watered it in. This is what the back of it looks like. It's really just a mum. I don't think I put coleus. I put coleus, as you can see, on the sides. So that's what a coleus is. But I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know where this plant is going, so it's gonna stay here for right now. Actually, I know exactly where to put it. Let's put it in its place. Okay, and then here's the other planter trying to step around. That's the back side because I put the sedum. I want the sedum in the back, and then this would be the front side. I think this is pretty too. Once those coleus grow into that space, it's really going to be pretty. But I think I have an idea where this basket can go on in front of the shed, because in front of the shed I need to move something. Y'all, I really be out here just thinking things through with y'all. But over here, I'm gonna cut this coleus back, but there's a rose back here that we planted up together, and I'm gonna be putting that to ground, but I think that's too low. But I think if I shift some things right here, I'll be able to put the basket. That basket is so pretty. I really, really like that basket. Okay, let me move this. We can sit this here. This is either lemon balm or spearmint. And then let's shift you right here. Excuse me, frog. Let's sit you right there. Let me grab the basket and see if this is going to work. I love this basket. Perfect. Let me back up. It's given fall. It's given fall is near. I like it. I'm going to leave that basket right there. I actually want to come in and take the green pots out at some point, but for now I'm going to leave them there. Oh, I love that basket. You ever do something unexpectedly? Yeah, I've been wanting to plant up that basket because I was like, now that this basket's broke, what can I do with it? Ta-da! So, in honor of fall, which is not here yet, I'm going to remove probably those green containers and just have the black ones. But for now, I know where I want to put the other pot. So let's head over there. Looks good. Okay, so before we move on, oh, there's a bee. Oh, please bee, move. Okay, here is the basket. This is the front of the shed. It's just like a pop. It's just like a pop of fall. Like, that is so cute. That is absolutely cute. Okay, really this time, let's go to the next location. The shed just did its thing this year. It really, really did. So right here in front of this shed is where I want to put the pot. So this shed right here is different. So I'm not going to be planting this shed up over here with all the pots like I did that because the way the doors open. But this section right here, I thought the pot would look good. I actually brought over some stones, but I think I'll have these stones, but I don't think I want to use those. I also have this. Might work better. I should be able to lift this. See how that looks. Oh, it looks cute. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Let me move all these other, well, let me just tuck these behind it. Okay, guys, here's a close-up. I think it looks so sweet there next to our new garden bed that's doing good. Look at the white Jilia. It said, I'm alive. But yeah, that's so sweet there. So I have to figure out something else to do in front of here. I'm glad to see that it's actually draining, but I don't know if I'll leave it on that stone. I did have these little blocks right here, but I think that stone looks great. But I want to create some kind of like, you know, connected to the path, and I'm trying to collect some more stones, so like right in front of the shed I can just like kind of like put some stone and possibly grow something through it or put mulch in it, but something to just make this area, you know, a little more. Or maybe I'll drop some grass seed, because as you can see it's like tons of weeds. But anyways, that's for another day. But look at our pot. It looks just as sweet as the other one, and once that coleus really fills in, it's going to be so pretty. And then of course we will be able to pop everything in the ground. The mums, not everything, I said everything, sorry, not the coleus, everything but the coleus. So the mums will put in the ground, and the sedum of course will put that in the ground. And so I think that pot looks sweet. I can't wait to show you all as it continues to grow. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our planting of our pot in our basket. I think they actually look so cute. Okay, so until next time, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment, because I will talk back. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you've done all three of those things, or one of those things, thank you. If you even just viewed the video, thank you. But if you haven't, please consider. Okay, until next time, blessings. Bye, guys.